Lakers Nuggets game one has just ended. The Nuggets taking game one, 132 to 126. And I'm just going to go ahead and get straight into this. G, what was your initial reaction to this game?
Look, it was a very up and down game. I mean, it started out with the Nuggets on fire. I mean, we said it before going into that game that we thought Nikola Jokic was far head and shoulders the best player in the world. And that's what it looked like from the get-go. I mean, the Nuggets were getting open threes, just a layup line, and the Lakers had no answer for it. I mean, at the beginning of the game, I mean, they got up to almost a 21-point lead from the Nuggets. We already decided it's almost time to turn this game off. It looked like it was over. But the Lakers did a good job of adjusting, because what I thought they did wrong, and what everybody, I'm sure, with eyeballs picked up, is that the Lakers played this 3-guard lineup with playing 3 guards, which you can't do, because you can't have AD your only source of rebounds, because that just put them in a horrible position. AD played spectacular. I mean, if you look at AD, I mean, what he finished with almost 40 plus points.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, 40 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists.
He couldn't have played any better. And LeBron didn't play too bad himself, but I think it just came down to starting out the game poor. They started out sluggish.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't the same defensive team they were, because it's a big switch from switching to the Warriors to the Denver Nuggets, who play completely different. The Warriors are a jump shooting team. I mean, if threes aren't going down, then they're not scoring. The Nuggets can get points in so many different ways, and that's what it realistically won the Nuggets game. But it became very close towards the end, because they started to sleep on and think the Lakers are going to go away. But obviously, this Lakers team is no slouch. They're not going to just give up and hang it up. They have too much experience, led by LeBron James and Anthony Davis, guys who know what it takes to win a championship. So I think it's definitely not the series is over. But I was favoriting Denver going into the series. I still like Denver's shot. I think both teams can make adjustments, but I think Denver's going to have to be a little bit more on their game, because definitely the Lakers are going to make adjustments going into game 2.
Yeah, look, I echo almost everything that you said. Look, look, coming into this series, I knew this was going to be a dogfight. I said this was going to go 7 games, and I backed the Lakers. Obviously, I said the Lakers were going to get it done in 7 games, but I knew that these two teams were the best 2 teams in the West, and that's why I was so excited to see this matchup. And when this game first started out, I was saying, oh my God, Denver is just as good as advertised, and maybe even better, because they were hitting every shot. They were getting such good looks. Jokic was playing like Wilt Chamberlain. He was putting up that first quarter.
I think, he hit almost 12 rebound quarter.
Yeah, no, that was legit Wilt Chamberlain-like numbers in the first quarter. And I was like, this is unbelievable. And I said, I might just have to tip my cap and say, you know what? Denver gets game 1. But I was very proud, honestly, of how the Lakers responded. I like the way that they made the adjustments in game. And obviously, I echo what you said. The 3-guard lineup against Denver is not going to work. They made the adjustment. I give 100% credit to Darvin Ham. You know, Lakers fans have been critical of Darvin Ham. Almost, they kind of make him the scapegoat at times when the Lakers are underperforming or when they're losing. But in this game, I have to give him the credit, because he made the adjustment. He put Rui Hachimura on Jokic, and he almost took Jokic out of the game. He did not play the same. He was not playing the same as he did in that first half. In that first half, it was unbelievable. And I came away from that first half saying, Nikola Jokic is by far and away the best player in the NBA, and it's not even close. It's not even a debate. I think the only person who is putting Jokic in the same stratosphere as Joel Embiid is 76ers fans, because it's not a debate. Look, Embiid can have his Mickey Mouse MVP that he won this season, but Jokic is by far and away the better player. And look, if the Nuggets go on and win a championship here, I think we have to start having a discussion. Where does Jokic rank all time? I'm talking about all-time greats in the center position, because I think Jokic, when it's all said and done, when he's hanging it up and his jersey goes into the rafters and there in Denver, I think we're talking about Jokic being a top 5 center potentially of all time. And I think he has a case. When it's all said and done, he wins a few rings. He could go down as the greatest overall center. He can do it all. This guy's unbelievable. But that's getting a little bit off topic from what I wanted to say here, because I was very impressed by what the Lakers were able to do. I knew that this was going to be a dogfight. It was going to be back and forth. It was not going to be easy. So I come away from this game, honestly, impressed and not too worried about the Lakers going into game 2, because they made the adjustments. And now I'm interested to see how Denver responds, because the Lakers, unfortunately, they had to show their hand here in the second half. They now know that that's what they're going to do on Jokic. So how is Denver going to respond? This is going to be a chess match. And now they have 2 days to figure it out. They have 2 days to figure out how are they going to respond to this chess move by the Lakers by putting Rui Hachimura on Jokic. And obviously, you know, I Michael Malone is an amazing coach. He's going to figure something out. So, we can't just assume that Jokic is going to be a non-factor now because obviously that's just not how it's going to work. So, series is not over, but I come away from this. Look, I expected the Lakers to lose this game, so I'm not shocked. It's going to be a dogfight. This is the two best teams in the West. And, I tip my cap off to the Nuggets. They played great. They hit almost every shot. It felt like every time they needed to make a shot, they made the shot. So we're going to see if they can keep that up.
Everybody's been echoing that this series is going to come down to the role players because, you look at the box score right now, basically there are two big guns on each team, Jokic, Murray, and LeBron and AD. They canceled each other out. They all played spectacularly.
Yep.
And realistically, Caldwell Pope just was out of his mind.
He played great.
And even Austin Reeves played very well.
Reeves played great.
And Moore came in, did well. Obviously, having a brain fart right now. Porter Jr. is always out there. He had very big threes in this game, and that's what it's going to come down to. These role players have to step up, and not every game you're going to have these role players play. Is Caldwell Pope going to have a game like this in game 2 or game 3 or game 4? You can't guarantee that. But also, then again, will Austin Reeves have as impactful of his game as he had this game? Or Hachimura. Sometimes they like to, give and go. Like sometimes they rely on D'Angelo Russell has to get hot. We've seen
he wasn't great today at all.
He wasn't good today, but we have seen him score 21 on the Warriors in quick session. It's just back-to-back threes. That's something the Lakers really rely on. They rely a lot on their role players because their stars are going to get theirs.
Yeah.
But LeBron is always going to do what LeBron has to do. But obviously, other than AD, I think AD has finally found his feet. And we've always seen AD play well against other bigs because he understands the task at hand. Because I can kind of understand why AD kind of struggles to play against, other centers that he doesn't see up to par. He kind of, sleeps on them and lets them do what they want. But when he goes up against Nikola Jokic, Joel Embiid, Giannis, you see he steps his game up to match it because he knows that if he doesn't, it's going to get ugly. It's going to be horrible. Yeah. And he was able to almost outplay Jokic. The only thing Jokic did everything else. The problem is that Jokic finished with a 31-point triple-double, 21 rebounds?
He's unbelievable. There's not enough words in the English language to describe how good Jokic is. You just have to tip your cap. He is by far and away the best player in the NBA right now.
And the thing is that with another that goes into the Jokic, I sat there and was like, who reminds me of Nikola Jokic?
No, nobody has ever
played like this guy because he's not the most athletic guy in the world. Sometimes he can be, AD can just out muscle him and just block his shots with ease. But he gets these weird jerky shots that they're the perfect amount of hop. They're the perfect amount of just finesse, and how he passes the ball is like a point guard.
He's probably look. I have always said for a long time that I think LeBron is the best passer of the ball that I've ever seen. But Jokic has to be up there, especially for a big man. I think he's the best passing big man I've ever seen.
I think it makes it easier because every team that goes against him, that's a big man. He's not going to make that pass. He can't make that pass. But the thing Jokic can. He's as if, a prime Draymond Green that was as dominant as we've ever seen any center, and that can just do everything.
He can do it all. He has no weaknesses in his game. And look, I think that he should have been the MVP this year. Look, I'm not taking nothing away from Joel Embiid. Obviously, maybe that's a little bit of recency bias.
I think that's more because of playoffs and how
and obviously MVP is a regular season award. So sometimes the narratives switch based on how players perform in the playoffs. It's 100% a regular season award. Take nothing away from Joel Embiid. He was amazing this year, but I just think Jokic is the best player in the league. And if the Nuggets go on to win this series, it's going to be driven by him. And honestly, I can tip my cap to this Nuggets team. Look, I want the Lakers to win. Obviously, I want LeBron to get his 5th championship, but it's hard not to like this Nuggets team. They've done it the right way. I like Malone as a coach. I like Murray. I like Jokic. They're a likable team. They have a fantastic team, good depth, good role players. Jokic is amazing. Depth. This team is loaded, and some people didn't buy into the hype of this team. Some people didn't believe that the Nuggets could really, make the finals because of, past playoff, quote unquote failures. I know that's a word that's being thrown around in the NBA so much. Look. You don't make the championship. You don't win the finals. It's a failure in my book. That's just how it is. I'm not on Giannis's train.
Especially when you have such great players. When you have MVP players, when you have multiple MVP winners in one team, and you don't win or you don't at least make a finals, it's not acceptable. And I mean, obviously, I echo what you're saying. We're none of us are on that boat, even though we don't have to be NBA champions to say, that we expect some of the best players in the world
Yeah.
to play like they are the best players in
Yeah.
the world. I mean, is that too much to ask for? Is
Yeah.
that, I don't think it is, but these guys are stepping up. I mean, the stars are showing up in this series, and that's what we want. I mean,
Yeah.
this is going to be probably the most competitive. Obviously, I'm a Heat fan, but I don't really know our chances against the Celtics. We're going to see tomorrow.
We'll see. That's gonna be
This
interesting.
this to me is the most interesting series so far. In a way, I kind of think whoever's going to win this series is going to win the championship. So
Mhm.
it's definitely must see. I mean,
Yeah.
it's definitely going to be a whole lot of fun to watch this.
Look, and what I'll say is going into game two, we'll go ahead and I'll get your prediction and then I'll give my prediction. But I just think going into game two, the Nuggets, obviously, they dominated the boards tonight. 47 total rebounds to the Lakers 30. You cannot lose on the glass by 17 and expect to win. Honestly, only losing by 6, given everything that happened in this game, is impressive to me. That's why I come away from this, honestly, feeling hopeful for the Lakers. Because at one point I was down and out. I was like, oh, well, this series might be a wrap. This could be Nuggets in 5. But obviously now I'm kind of changing my stance. I'm going back to my original prediction, obviously. I still think the Lakers can find a way and take this in 7. But the Lakers have to be better on the glass. You know what I mean? Jokic, he had what? Jokic had 21 rebounds
21
tonight.
minutes at 21.
21. I mean, that can't happen.
Can you
AD
do
has
something
to
for me?
rebound better. The whole team has to rebound better. And that's going to give us a better chance. I mean, the offensive glass was huge in this game. The Nuggets got so many second chance points because it felt like the Nuggets made every shot. But when they finally missed a shot, they just get the offensive rebound and put it in. So what can you do? I mean, it felt like at one point, what can you really do? Because the Nuggets finally missed, and you're like, thank the Lord, the Nuggets actually missed a shot. And then Jokic just grabs the offensive
Yeah,
rebound,
and
and then they get back
Jokic
to
was
square one.
eating the boards up.
So it's like, what can you really do? That's how I felt at one point. I was like, there's nothing we can do. But finally, we were able to make that adjustment. And I'm going to be very, very interested to see how Denver responds. I know I mentioned that before. This is going to be a very chess match type of series. And I'm going to be very intrigued to see how Denver responds. And honestly, we have no idea how they're going to respond. So it's hard to even drop a prediction on that. But I'll pass it back off to you. Drop your prediction for game 2. What do you think is going to happen?
I think the Nuggets are going to respond. I think, respond to the Lakers' adjustments. I can easily predict. I wouldn't have put money on that they're going to start Hachimura. Hachimura to be in the starting lineup. But I think just Denver at home is one of the toughest places to play at. I mean, Denver crowd is ferocious. It's one of the loudest crowds in the NBA. And I had this going 7, and I just had it that each team's going to protect home court because both of these teams are spectacular at home. I mean, the Lakers' record in the crypto arena is spectacular.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
the
hard.
Same thing with the Nuggets. They're both undefeated at home in the playoffs.
Very hard to beat at home. So that's why I just think both teams are going to protect home court. And even though the Lakers have a lot of adjustments to make, I think the Nuggets will respond because they did kind of take a nap during that 21-point lead.
They did.
The Lakers are just going to go away. They weren't really expecting that, but I think they're not going to allow that in game 2. There's too. I mean, Jokic, is going to have to make that adjustment. He wasn't really, prepared. You start the whole game not having Hachimura on you, and Hachimura is a great player. I mean, he's very physical. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he can get on there and get in the low block, give some problems, but it's Nikola Jokic. I mean, there's really no one that can guard him. So he's just give him, the start of the game. I think he'll figure it out.
Look, maybe this is my blind optimism, shining through here. But look, I echo what you said. Denver is a very difficult place to play. Denver have been phenomenal at home in the same way that the Lakers have been phenomenal at home. But I believe that the Lakers will be able to come out in game 2 and get the win. I just think, are the Lakers going to lose by 17 on the boards again? I don't think so. I think they're going to make adjustments there. And like I said, it's hard to predict what Denver is going to do to the adjustment on Rui Hachimura guarding Jokic. We don't know exactly how they're going to respond to that, chess move. So it's hard to fully, give a prediction, when you don't know what they're going to do. But what I'll say is, I think that the Lakers, this was, look, if you know LeBron, game 1 typically is a feel-out game. So I know LeBron is already in the locker room. He's thinking, what can we do better? How can we respond? And there's probably a few adjustments that we're not even thinking about that the Lakers are going to make. And I think they will make those adjustments. I think LeBron is going to play a little bit better. I think AD is going to have a similar type of game. And I just think it comes down to who wins the boards. If the Lakers lose by 17 on the boards again, we're talking in a few days on Thursday about the Nuggets going up 2-0. If the Lakers can close that gap or even win the boards battle, I think we're talking about a 1-1 series on Thursday. I think that the Lakers can close that gap on the boards. I think the Lakers win on Thursday. It's going to be a close game, obviously. I think the Lakers find a way and they get it done. They tied this series. They go back to LA. and we'll see what happens from there.
I mean, we'll just have to see. Thursday going to be a big game, and it's going to
Huge
be
game.
huge game.
Yeah. So obviously, let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this match. Obviously, we're back on Shoot It Straight 2, back to making videos. We're going to have videos coming out, thick and fast here. Heat game is tomorrow. We're going to start pumping it out again. We had taken a little bit of a hiatus because
a little bit of a break.
We were in the middle of doing, a lot of behind the scenes things, working on things. Obviously, I'm sure you can notice for both of us, new setups, new everything. This is not even our final setup. Obviously, we're in total transition mode, but we still wanted to be able to make this first video for y'all because this is the Western Conference Finals and the Eastern Conference Finals. We got to make these videos.
Better late than never, That's
better late than never.
That is how the saying goes. But I mean, as I doubt a lot of people are taking to the end of the video, but to be more to whoever does, we've officially moved from place to place. We're actually in the same place. I can actually go to the room.
He's right
over there. It's eventually we are working on trying to make a setup in a room. I'm sitting on the floor, man.
Yeah, I'm sitting on the floor too.
But we just had to, this is where it is. This is the bread and butter, and we didn't really want to wait until next season because we just hate waiting, and they're too good not to talk about. We're gonna make a video about Wembanyama. I'm sure we are.
Yep.
But we're excited to be back on this channel. We're gonna be doing more stuff, trying to make more content on this channel now that we're buckled down and I have good internet. We have decent internet now, but we're gonna be cooking.
Yeah, so obviously, like I said, let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this game. Well, your takeaways, your predictions for game 2. Subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video. And we'll see y'all next time for another video, man. I'm Zach.
I'm G.
We'll see y'all next time, man. Peace.